What's up, guys? It's Christian here, and today I'll be doing a predictions video on Group A, B, C, and D in the Champions League, as the groups have been finalized this earlier afternoon, and I'll be telling you why I believe what teams will get through and what teams will have to be eliminated, and some of them will also end up going into the Europa League after being eliminated. So we'll start with Group A. So we have Atletico Madrid from Spain, Borussia Dortmund from Germany, AS Monaco from France, and Club Brugge from Belgium. So if you look at this group right away, my prediction is Atletico Madrid's going to go through. A lot of people are picking them to go deep into from the round of 16, maybe to the semifinal or something like that. They think the team's built for that. If you look at it, they kept Griezmann, which was the big thing they had to do. Diego Costa's a great striker. Thomas Lemar from Monaco is a great pickup, and that also hurts a team in that group. And beyond that, they have a great team, great defenders, Diego Godin, Jimenez, Felipe Luis, Juanfran, and a great goalie, Jan Oblak, and he's one of the best keepers in the world, and probably could be playing for the best teams, even though Atletico Madrid wants to be that. He could probably go to like Real Madrid or somebody and easily be their starting keeper. He's probably one of the best keepers, and he isn't showing it because I think he plays for Slovakia, some country in that type of European country, and they don't get to the World Cup, so he can't show it, but he shows it on club level. And so I have them going number one. Then the question is Dortmund and Monaco going to fight for two? Because honestly, Club Brugge isn't the team that's probably going to get through. I just don't think they have enough talent, and I think Dortmund and Monaco are way more talented. And the problem is Monaco's lost players recently. They look like a team that just gets young talent, improves them, and then they sell them for more money. But they don't sustain players. They do have Falcao. They have Subasic at goal, who had a great World Cup. They have other players, but they've lost a lot of guys. They lost Fabinho to Liverpool this summer. They lost Mbappe. They've lost Bakayoko, who's now gone to Milan after being in Chelsea, but they lose all their good players, Mauro Silva. Like, they lose a lot of their good talent, which causes them to be a lot worse than the year where they got to the semis. I think they got to the semifinal 2 years ago with Mbappe showing how great he was, which he's even gotten better. And then there's Dortmund, who's gotten a lot worse, but they still have retained Christian Pulisic. Marco Reus looks like he's off to a decent start in the Bundesliga. They don't have Batshuayi anymore. I don't know. I forget who their striker is. But they haven't really improved necessarily to the way they needed to. They've lost Ousmane Dembele. They continue to lose to either Bayern, who Bayern just steals from everybody in the Bundesliga, or they just don't. They give them up to like Barcelona or somebody. But just like Monaco, they usually rise to talent and then they go away. So that's a toss-up for me, but I'm going to say just because of recent success in the tournament, I have Monaco going through as the second spot. I think Dortmund will be very close, but I don't think they're going to end up finishing second, and they'll drop to the Europa League. Now, Group B. Very, very, very good group. Barcelona from Spain, Tottenham from England, PSV from the Netherlands, and Inter from Italy. And probably your number one is almost undoubtedly Barcelona. Retained all their talent. They get better. Messi's still playing great, and there's no reason why they shouldn't win this group, even though there's a lot of good teams in here. Now the question is Tottenham, PSV, and Inter. PSV is a dark horse out of this group. I don't think they're going to get through, but they are definitely a team that could ruin a chance for like Tottenham in the last game or something like that on the last day. They could screw something up for one of the two teams. Now, Inter are very good. They haven't been in the competition for a while. Icardi looks like he's ready to go. He's 25, hasn't played on a European level this high because Inter really hasn't played up to their ability in the Serie A. They have Nainggolan now from AS Roma. They look like a team that's did amazing signings. Perisic, they have so much talent. Handanovic as well. They haven't started off in the league very well. I think 1 point through 2 games, but they should get hot. And then there's Tottenham, who haven't signed anybody in the summer, but look like a team that should finish third at worst, or maybe fourth in the Prem. And Harry Kane's got off to a good start. They're going to have to wait. Heung-min Son should be back by then. I don't think that'll be an issue, but either way, Lucas Moura is playing fantastic. Dele Alli's been playing well. Now that they kept Alderweireld, he's playing well. Lloris, everybody's playing well for them. The problem is the depth, which I don't really know if their depth is good enough to go deep into the Champions League as well as get to top 3, maybe top 2 in the Prem. So with that, this is a really tough one. This is even tougher than Group A. And I'm honestly just going to go with Tottenham just because I think that they have a lot of talent. And like last year, they played very well in tight games. They beat Real Madrid last year at Wembley. So I expect them to pull out. Who knows how far they go after the group stage. Now, Group C. And this is probably the group of death, not only because Liverpool's in there, but the teams they're going to have to get past to get to the round of 16. So you have PSG from France, Napoli from Italy, Liverpool from England, of course, and then Red Star Belgrade from Serbia. And you probably think Serbia's team, Red Star Belgrade, is a team that's not, you're just going to walk all over them like Maribor last year, where we killed them at, I believe, 7-0. 7-0 at their home field, and we beat them at our place too. But honestly, they're a tough crowd to play at. They didn't even have a crowd at their home game. I think they had a suspension of fans for something. I don't remember what it was at one of their playoff games, and they still got through. So I'm sure they're going to be a tough place to play. I think they throw a lot of like flames and stuff like that on the field, and the crowd gets really into it. And they're probably going to be a tough place to play. I still expect us to beat us, just like maybe one of the teams, Napoli and PSG, drop points, but someone might drop at Red Star Belgrade, but I expect them not to get through the group. And then Napoli, they lost Jorginho, they lost their coach to Chelsea, so they've gotten worse. They still have Insigne, they still have Mertens, they still have other good players too, Koulibaly, I forget who their goalie is, but either way, that team looks still decent and could still maybe get through their group, but they did underperform last year with a better team because they got eliminated with the group with Man City. I forget who finished second in that group. And then there's obviously PSG, who got to the round of 16, lost because Neymar got hurt in the first game and they couldn't handle Real Madrid. And they're better. Mbappe had a fantastic World Cup, and I expect him to be off the charts. And he's probably going to play fantastic, Cavani. And then there's Liverpool, who haven't played very well. If you talk about the front three, like, they haven't been as efficient as they used to be. Like, they haven't been fluently, like, they don't have a great chemistry yet, I guess. But they still are winning games, which is what I like to see. And if I have to pick, unfortunately, Napoli I don't see going through. I think Liverpool is good enough, and so is PSG, to pass them. And I'm going to say, just with my head, even though with my heart I want to go Liverpool, I'm going to say PSG wins this group just off how they play and how well Mbappe is and stuff like that. And Liverpool will finish close but second. And then we have Group D. So we have Lokomotiv Moscow out of Russia, Porto from Portugal, Schalke from Germany, and Galatasaray from Turkey. Now this is probably, if not the worst group, it's definitely the second. There's teams that, like, if you put any team like Barcelona or Tottenham, I expect them to win the group. These teams aren't like dominant forces that I expect them to win. And I don't think this group is that talented. And whoever gets out probably will lose in the round of 16, both teams. And honestly, this group can go any of the ways. I don't know a lot about Lokomotiv Moscow. Galatasaray haven't played well in the Champions League. I don't even know the last time they got out of the group. Schalke's been out of the competition for a while, and then there's Porto, who lost to, obviously, Liverpool last season in a thrashing 5-0 over 2 legs in the round of 16. So I'm probably going to say Porto wins the group just off the idea that I think they were the only one of the 4 teams that were in the competition last year. I could be wrong. Maybe Galatasaray was in. No, I think Besiktas was in. from Turkey. And then I'll go with, this is a tough one. I'm going to say Schalke finished second because they have played very well and they look to have a good start in the Bundesliga as well. So I'll have Porto 1 and Schalke 2. So if you like this video, I'll do a part 2, the rest of the groups right after this. And just please leave your comments in the below for your predictions of what you think will happen in Group A, B, C, and D. And please like and subscribe and just give me any video ideas you'd like me to do.